Hello and welcome everyone to the Tech Sharmit podcast. Today I am here with very special guest Kiruthika Subramani. She is an experienced AI professional who is really making a difference in the world of artificial intelligence. Kiruthika has a strong background in creating innovative machine learning and deep learning solutions. She is currently pursuing her master's in computer science. Not only this, she is also recognized as a Google developer expert and an IBM champion. So in this episode, we are going to explore various things about her professional life as well as her contribution to various social activities. But before we start, I'd like to thank Kritika for joining us today. And now I request you to please initiate the discussion by telling us something about yourself.
Thank you so much, Tech Sharma channel, for inviting me today. It's very nice to have you here, have you all here. So to introduce myself, I'm Kiruthika Subramani. So I'm one of the fall student of University of Montreal with Mila in computer science, and I work as a AI/ML engineer at AI, and I have written two books in AI. And don't think I'm too old. I'm just 21. I've written two books, and also I have written more than 100 plus blogs and have been recognized as IBM champion, dual champion, one with Z and other one with the data and AI. And I have been recognized as IBM's Z architects as well. With Google, I'm into GCP and have been recognized as Google developer expert for machine learning. Um, I study, I work, and I contribute to community. That's what me.
Thank you for the introduction, Kiritika. And now we would love to hear more about your journey, like how your journey began as a student and what motivated you to take a role of a leadership in the tech community. So could you please share that?
Okay, so when I pursued my UG, I was in a remote area called Karur. We don't have any access to anything. So
Okay.
even we don't have one public library there. So everything is made inaccessible there. So when I get started with tech, of course, my first degree, bachelor's, is on AI. So when I get started with tech, I really need someone to guide me. But I was searching through internet and I did n number of Google search, and I found something to shape me, and I started to do internships and all in my second year. And I found one thing: what is the thing that is lagging between the students in our campus or in our areas, mainly in my campus. The question is, everyone got stuck in one point, that is where we get started, which means whenever we want to learn something, we have this question, right? Where I get started, what is a perfect roadmap? So I took that leadership so that we can establish some clubs in my campus, so that students can learn. Not only I teach, my fellow students teach. And we can learn through community, because always the group study makes us learn a lot as
Mhm.
compared to the stuffs we learn of ourselves. That is what we did, started some of the communities in my campus. So I initiated Google as GDSC in my campus, and also IBM's Z into my campus. And we did a lot into our campus, like Intel program as well. And I started to learn a lot from them. That is how everything started, Sham.
Okay. All right. And now, like, we would love to hear more about your internship role. So, how has your experience as an intern at CloudSite and Propeller Technology shaped your understanding of AI and machine learning? Like, how that journey started?
So when I started my internship, my first internship was with CloudSide. So
Mhm.
I had a different perspective about industry before that. The first thing is, I'm a student. I learned to write code from a starting point, so that it made me to feel that we are going to do the same in industry. When I stepped into the industry, I understood one thing: the people are doing magic. They are doing everything in cloud. So I understood that we don't need everything to be started at the point, which means not all from the basics we need cloud. So I started to learn cloud, and today I'm being recognized as a champion innovator in cloud. Everything started over there, and that is how the journey started there. And in Propeller Technologies, they do research works. So I thought research is something like innovating a bulb, not like making something unique. But I understood one thing: the problem is around us, and we need a little modification of things that is
Yes.
existing. So I found people working their brilliant ideas. I do contributed there, not that much, but I learned a lot from them. I did n number of mistakes. For instance, let's take in cloud side. I don't know how to save things in cloud at first. I was struggling a lot on that. It is a quite a huge journey for me when I started to completely convert me into a professional. That little mistakes and the people over there. Let's take cloud side. They taught me step by step. I'm a student, not a professional, so that is how I feel. The internship shaped me to work into tech a lot today.
Okay, all right. And if we talk about your journey, like we know that apart from your technical expertise, you are also contributing for the society with some of your initiative. So one of
Mhm.
them is Aspira. So could you please explain to our audience what exactly the Aspira is and how has this initiative impacted the students and the volunteers involved in the projects?
So when I want to explain about Aspira, I will say the problem statement what we faced.
Mhm.
So I was coming from a farmer's family, so it was very hard for me to pay an annual fee because it's very high when we compared to thing. Still, I managed to go for engineering degree in arts. My family managed, but something is in my mind is to find a job. When I get
Yes.
started, I want to find a job. So I landed in a job after learning a lot of stuffs. So I was coming around and learning a lot from communities. And at the same time, many people try to reach me asking me how we can get started. So there is always a thing called career gap, career gap happens due to many reasons. Let's say for students, if they don't find any good jobs after their graduation, they ended up in doing some part-time jobs, maybe in hotel as a full-time.
Right.
And when we talk about women's life, so there are two different paths: one after marriage, one after child. So they just stopped learning. And the next thing is the people struggled a lot to learn English or to learn
Yes.
different languages in order to access everything, because everything in internet we find in English or any other languages, but not in regional languages. So we came up with all the problems. I want to find a solution for all the DMs because I was always there in a situation to get started. So we discussed as a team. So we came up with a team. Aspira is not only by Kritika's side. So I
Okay.
want to mention some few members' name here. So Lakshmi Prashant, Deepan Raj, Nirmal, Manju, and Bhakinathan. They are the guys being on the backbone. I've just made a plan and we started reaching students. So they all come up with different brainstorming ideas. Actually, Aspira is ran on two sessions, like one in English and
Okay.
another one in our regional language Tamil. So I want to thank all our mentors who supported me over there. We successfully wrapped our first session, which means around 3 months. We hosted with around 60 students, I hope. I'm happy to see many of them are working in industry and many of them have started to do something in tech. Maybe they are earning 12 or 13K per month, but they are working in tech, not on part time. I'm so happy for them. That is what Aspira is about, Shamit.
Okay. And as you mentioned that currently you are providing those lectures and those I would say the resources in two languages. One is in your regional language and one is in English. So is there any plan to expand this initiative across the means across the country to provide more access to the
Yes,
resources?
actually, thank you so much, Amit, for this idea. So I was thinking only in my circle. So
Okay.
thanks for the suggestion, so that we can increase the circumference of the circle. So I'm looking forward for the team. Maybe if I find some team in any regional languages, I'm happy to support them. So supporting in the sense I'm providing. So let's say you're working with me in Aspira. What I'm going to do? It is an NGO, right? What
Right.
you are going to get in the sense. So every week in Aspira, I'm running some sessions in AI and machine learning for only for my mentors, and also some of the career opportunities in their field because they are mentoring to me. So that is how we do, and we do some projects, which means I take some freelance projects. I do get some many freelancing projects in AI, ML, or in website building or something. So my colleagues work on that. Which means my team work on that, and they will be getting paid for all the freelancing
Okay.
projects they do. That is how I pay them, because at the end of the day nothing is free because every
Right.
time is to be valued. So that is how we do. I do plan of increasing the circumference. Once I did it, I'll DM you.
Sure, sure. Because there are many students who need such type of help and guidance when they are just completing their graduation and they wanted to look for the job. So at that time, like if they got the mentorship like your team is providing, so it would be really very beneficial for them.
Thank you so much, and I'll do that as well.
Okay. All right. And apart from this, we got to know that you are also like you are running one more initiative, which is Step Up for the skill building workshops. So through these workshops, like based on your experience, what do you think? Like, what are the most demanded skill in the market, I would say? And how do you tailor these workshops, because you are providing various workshops in order to explain the skills and in order to skill up the community for a particular topic, maybe through AI or whatever topic you are providing. So how do you tailor these type of workshop to meet the students need, because everyone is coming up with a different mindset. They want to grow some, they have their own area of interest to learn and to grow their field. So how you are handling all these type of workshops?
Okay, thank you so much for the question, Sharmit. So, I run two initiatives. One is Aspira, and the one is Skill, which means StepUp, which is skill building.
Okay.
So, StepUp mainly focus on. I travel to different universities and I take lectures for students. So, the main goal of StepUp is to do one thing, that is to master and tailor students to get ready towards tech. Because when how the students are getting ready in our universities, in the sense even I managed to get 9.3 percentage in my UG, but only by one thing, memorizing, writing stuffs, right? But it is not the actual skill needed for the industry. So we do provide some training sessions for the students. Training sessions in the sense, let's say if they want to drive for computer science field, we need some basic language,
Right.
computer language, and aptitude knowledge and bit of math, which means we call it as DSA.
Hmm.
And if they are getting ready with data, in the sense we take SQL inside the box, and we can add some other ingredients into inside the box. Maybe they might need to talk well with the interviewer. This is what
Yes.
the plan is about. So this lectures goes for 7 days completely, 7 days full sessions with some colleges. Hopefully I got many colleges in this initiative. We I do got so it is of course with the team support. So from various universities they reach me, and they get schedules fixed up. Sometimes I'm not available on weekdays because
Hmm.
I'll be moving around countries or somewhere. They
Right.
help to schedule on weekends, maybe like Saturdays and Sundays for 4 weeks or 3 weeks. So that is how we do skill step up. And during this COVID time, we got impacted, and we
Yes.
converted everything to online session. But it is particularly for a university, maybe a government college or government school students, or whoever wants that. That is how we do, and I do did that on some private universities as well. That is
Okay.
how it went.
Okay. Here I would like to ask one question on the behalf of those students. Let's say if someone is there who wanted to participate in your initiative and wanted to make their career by taking your guidance. So is there any specific criteria that you are looking for, your team is looking for, or is there any amount that they are supposed to pay the minimum amount in order to participate and to
Okay.
learn the things?
Okay, thanks, Sharmit, for this question. Actually, this is how we take students based on only the interest. So
Okay.
I do say how I recruit student, but it is a secret. So I'll say
Hmm.
you. So it is not a paid one. So I don't do paid one because I
Okay.
always feel one thing, that is, if someone has money to learn, there are
Hmm.
many private institutions there, many
Right.
course institutes there. They can go there and learn, and
Yes.
of course they get access to all the technologies. But every year we are taking only four students now, so only four now. So we do train them on different aspects, maybe in, because our team is very small as compared to others. In Aspira, we this year we wrapped with 60 set, and we are planning to make the next 60 set. This is because of I go travel for many talk shows. In every talk shows I meet some aspirants, they are doing good projects, or they need support, or they do, because I do talk in all Google events, Google Developer Group events, IBM's events, and Microsoft Reactor events. I can see some people traveling from remote area like me to
Mhm.
come there to learn and go back because it is a free event,
Right.
right? That is how I find some people traveling frequently to all the shows.
Mhm.
Let's say one guy is coming for my show on Trichy, and next time I can see the same guy on Coimbatore. He keeps traveling for free shows, not on paid shows. So
Okay.
if I found some emails that really matters, I can ask for them to come for an interview with me one on one.
Mhm.
After I can understand their needs, what they really want, if they are really interested to learn, I'm providing sessions, but the sessions are mostly on midnight. I'm so sorry for that.
Mhm. Okay.
And this is how we take yearly four for personal mentorships. For Aspira, it is 60 intake.
Okay.
It is only through reaching through email, or they can reach me through LinkedIn, or sometimes they can DM to our StepUp website. So we do have different websites for StepUp as well as for Aspira.
Okay.
So we do get some DMs there, which means as an email. So they my team will filter out and come up with 60. That's how we do.
Okay. All right. Thank you for explaining the entire process. And I think now those who are interested, they can simply reach out to your team and they can try their best. And now I would like to ask another question. Like, as someone who has trained over 100 plus students, even more than that, and work as a career coach, so what do you find most rewarding about the mentoring, and how do you approach guiding someone in the career path? Because you are now playing a role of mentor, right? So how you are approaching to provide those guidance with different set of mindset of people and students?
So, as a mentor, we need to be like a parent plus instructor. That is how we see mentorship, because I have very good mentors for me in tech. They shaped me. So, as a mentor, how I reach out them is like simply they reach out to me, but I really want the true interest in them. And after that, every week we will be having 2 or 3 sessions with them. So it is like a personalized session. I'll provide them some task. I want to help them out, and I can see I have converted some of the students within tech, which means they don't have any tech background, into working in tech today. They lead some projects there. I'm very happy about that. The only one thing as a mentor is we want to be more patient because they are learning.
Right.
And the next thing, what makes me to be a mentor is the one thing, that is the satisfaction we get, right? Hey, I trained a guy. Whenever we complete the project, even we don't get that satisfaction because we are getting paid for that.
Right.
So and and of course the next project is getting assigned for us. And but the thing is, when we work as a mentor, the problem is we can see, hey, see, for instance, as a mother, when the child walks out, they do little things. It is very big for them, right? I every time talk to my friends, family about the, hey, see, she's my mentor, she's doing that. You see,
Right.
it gives me a unhappiness like my child do. That is why I have an hunger of mentoring people. It is growing in numbers. Let's see. Sometimes I don't. I do make mistakes. I don't appear for frequent calls with them, but still they write emails, and they keep me updated about stuffs. And sometimes I can ring them at untime, maybe like 11 or 12. Still they sit with me and answer questions.
Okay.
Thanks for all my mentees as well.
Okay. All right. And now we would love to hear more about your some of your skills, which one of them is speaking quality. So if I talk like with over 185 plus talk shows and appearance at major events like IBM Z Day 2022 and Google Cloud Community Days, how do you prepare for speaking engagement, and any particular memorable moment or challenges you face during these conferences and your talk shows?
Okay, let me say I have read around 205 talk shows, right? So every time people will ask me how you did that, how you did that.
Yeah.
Still I learn, still I do mistakes, still sometimes I don't know to operate. I face some issues. The first funny incident that happened to me is that they provide one small remote for us to control slides.
Slides. Okay. Yeah.
I every time get confused by that thing, like which one to which. For around 4 or 5 talk shows I did that mistakes. And the next thing is sometimes when we plan to add something before our talk. Let's say my talk is on for 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. I get some idea, and even when I'm trying to talk, you can see me. I'm working on my presentation before 5 minutes.
Mhm.
I will be literally adding a new slide.
Okay.
That is literally annoying for the organizers, I see. But I think that is one thing. And some funny moments is in the sense sometimes I travel for the places and I don't know their regional languages.
Yes.
So I need an intermediate person to translate that. Sometimes it takes more time for me to understand what they are trying to say, whether I solve their problem or not. That is how I see. And next thing is every talk shows I do on weekends. See, I work, I study, and I mentor people, and I do connect with a lot of purposes, and I'm getting excelled into my next steps of my lives. So every weekend, every Friday, you can see me with backpack, even in airport or in bus stands or in train. So you can find me with a backpack. It needs big motivation to pack our bags, go
Right.
there. Sometimes Air India flight might delay, Indigo flight might be delayed. We want to get landed directly to the show, and we want to talk. And at the end of the talk, I was literally exhausted of the day because I traveled so long to reach that one menu. But people still want to talk to me or manage to do something. So it makes me to feel bit uncomfortable, but still I manage to be as an air hostess. But talking is my passion because I meet many hungry minds there, sometimes over there. And it's okay to not to know many stuffs when we talk on a topic. I do learn from my fellow speakers a lot, because everyone is not good at anywhere.
Right.
So I do take notes from my fellow speakers because that is why I'm growing.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I think now we are good to start the discussion related to AI, and we would
Okay.
love to hear more about AI. So how do you see the AI impacting the society in coming years, especially in terms of job displacement, privacy, and decision making? So what role do you think AI professionals should play in order to mitigate some of the potential negative impacts of AI? So what is your overall opinion for the AI growth?
Okay, so if you are a new student or someone who are getting started with AI, so now you know there is a privacy issues with training data,
Right.
everything over there, and also we do face some issues related to how our model is really performing well or not. There are many issues embedded over there. I see AI as a child because it is all about the training data we feed, the model learns
Yes.
from that. So it takes some time for our model to work very better, and it takes some time for us to build a really good AI era. So AI is not only for the developers who are watching this Tech Sharmit podcast. I want to add one thing. If you're a developer, if you're a student, if you're developing something in AI, so it is okay to get 93% accuracy or 97% accuracy. You want to make sure whether it is built responsibly. Responsibly in the sense there are some place the model can have bias and discrimination creeped in at any stage of model development. Make sure you build a model responsibly,
Right.
because your parents will get happy because even you say that I'm earning this million or that million or this crores, they are okay with that. But if you say I'm doing my job responsibly,
Right.
they'll be so much happy for you because they want you to be responsible. So let's do the same thing with AI. And the next thing is AI is going to change the way we work. Yes, of
Yes.
course. Today you can see instead of asking our tech friend nowadays, ringing to our tech friend and asking, "Hey, how to do that?" We are just going to GPT and asking them, "Hey,
GPT.
how are you? I want to ask some questions to it." It's okay to use technologies for our daily use. Yes, AI is reducing the burdens we have. Uh, Instead of doing all the tasks using all the Gen AI applications, so let's say be a builder of Gen AI applications or AI applications, so you have a bright future. Instead of being a user of that all the applications, because if you use, we are getting money and we are going into the next extent. So
Right.
learn the way to develop things. There are a lot of stuffs available in AI as well. So if someone asks me this question, AI is going to take over the jobs,
Mhm.
maybe the answer is maybe, but it can convert the way we work but not the exact job. So let's say the typewriter never uh, never made anything changes, which means drastic amount of changes in tech. Because when typewriters arrived, people start that hey, it is going to be the end of human era,
Right.
human task era. So yes, it is not. And there are many jobs that are going to create in AI fields. You see, prompt engineer, a lot of
Right.
things are coming. So always have a basket of AI, even you're doing medicine or even you're doing any degrees or you're working with sales. There are many tools which helps in AI. Do learn some AI stuff so that would help you even you work on different fields.
Okay, so we can say that if you are using it responsibility, then it will be really very beneficial for you. But if you are taking in a wrong direction, then for sure it will impact your career. So it's always better to
Yes, that's
make
so
a
true.
proper use of it.
Don't take all the AI applications for granted. Instead of that,
Yes.
use it responsibility and learn a lot of stuff. For instance, go for GPT and ask about, hey, what is that? Hey, people are talking about this stuff. What is that? Yes, it absolutely produces your answers. Use that for learning. Instead of saying that, hey, my professor is asking for an assignment. Would you
Mhm.
please complete it? GPT said, yes, sure, I can complete it for you. Yeah, it ended up in something like so. I feel the same thing. For instance, some people are writing emails to me nowadays. They just copy paste from GPT.
GPT, yeah.
So they don't have patience. People are losing patience because they don't read that n number of paragraphs. That results in sometimes the brackets have GPT suggests them to add some of their
Some
skills.
filters,
People
yeah.
paste it to me. So I was like, thanks GPT for the wonderful prompt. I got another one. That is how it goes. But still, I see many students. Even I see, for me, I'm working on AI. Still, I see I'm afraid of university students and exchange students because they are doing very great. They are utilizing all that and doing a great stuff. So, AI is doing magic. Yeah, my family is feeded by AI now.
Okay. All right. So now, one more question, which is again related to some of your initiative and your social work. So we know that you are a registered organ donor, right? And also you are playing a role of volunteer with Blue Cross. So could you please tell what drives your commitment to these kind of causes, and how do you inspire others to get involved in such type of social work as well?
Okay, let me say the situation that made me to do instead of saying I do this, I do that.
Hmm.
I am social contributor. I want to say one thing. I had a really bad surgery on my
Okay.
second year in my kidney, so I was literally broken. So I was not moving, and all my talks, everything stopped, and I was not appearing to the talks, and that made me to write. That is a real truth. Why
Okay.
I'm writing this much of books in the sense I was literally in my medical rest for around 6 months. I was unable to move. I'm with the help of doctors and nurses. They helped me to do. So I
Okay.
felt that is the situation that helped me to write. But why I'm an organ donor in the sense they felt at first when I recognized a problem in my kidney, the doctor said maybe I need a transplantation. Right? This term is
Okay.
very big because we need to register. We want to write in line, and then after get hopefully I recovered. So after an eager of doing all that and paying fee to my doctor, I asked something to him that is so what you need me to do as you helped me to relieve. I want to mention the doctor's name. He is Dr. E. Aravindan.
Okay.
He's working on Taran Hospital, Salem. He's the guy. He told me one thing, that is, hey, you see, today you healed and it's fine. You are not responsible for that rare infection you got in your kidney. So you don't smoke, you don't do things. Still, you
Hmm.
got some issues, you got struck, you were broken, and after that, you heal. But there are many people who never get healed. Sometimes, if you get a chance after you were died, so we will be getting some sign before surgery, you know that. So every time the doctors do get the sign before 1 hour of a surgery, so that we
Right.
can get the risk. If you died, we are not responsible for that.
Okay.
So that actually made me to think, and all his suggestions made me to be registered organ donor. I carry my card everywhere I go, so that sometime everything is unplanned, so that
Yes.
someone can make use of my organ, so that I can still be alive. It is selfishness, right? So that I can survive many more years. Then this body can accommodate me only for 80 or 70 years. So that I am still selfish. So I want you people to be selfish so that we don't die. So that we can take our organs and keep on someone's people and we can survive for many more years.
Okay.
That is it. And the next thing is Blue Cross, right? You have asked me a
Yeah.
question related to Blue Cross. So about Blue Cross, one thing that is, I used to feed one street dog every day. One
Okay.
day, I just I was waiting for him for 4 to 5 days. He's not coming. Someone said that he met with an accident. So that I said somewhere I thought he is not there on that road. But after 7 days, I was traveling on the same road. I found his body, which means something rotten on the side of the road. Even
Okay.
we people don't have time because we are earning, we have separate tasks. I totally understand that, but sometimes we can do contribute to animals because whenever I'm stressed, because I'm stressed a lot of all the tasks I do, I'm exhausted. Sometimes I miss meetings, and sometimes I do make people irritated by coming late. Maybe Sharmit also face that. I'm so sorry for that. So I do get more stressed and burst out. Sometimes having time with animals heals me personally. So what I do as a Blue Cross volunteer, in the sense, I do travel for. There are some homes in hospitals, they can keep animals there. What we can say in English, like they take the animals, they rescue. Yeah,
The
rescue
shelter home.
animals.
Okay.
Yeah, shelter. Yeah,
Yeah.
there I can go. I clean, and there are some animals, maybe dogs. They got completely accident or somewhere they lost legs or they did some surgery. They do want humans to feed it with hands, with patience.
Right.
We want to be more patient to feed them. I do clean the jobs. I love the cleaning job because it gives me a satisfaction than cleaning my room. If I cleaned my room, in the sense, my parents will be happy for me, but it never gives me a satisfaction. But there I got a complete satisfaction of cleaning there. And I do spend time, quality time with maybe I don't do it frequently. I'm not a frequently doing one because there are many volunteers who travel there frequently and do stuffs, but I don't travel frequently. But still, it is a place where I can rest me, and that is how I'm not into it completely. But I'll travel and clean the stuffs and feed animals. Maybe once in 3 months when I'm in India, when I'm in my home, the hospital is near to me, so I used to travel and I do that stuffs. So I'm here. Still here, people are taking care of animals very well. So still, I need to do something for that to call me as a Blue Cross volunteer. I want you people, if you're watching here, so it is not about only doing that. There is also one box there, something called a donation box. I
Mhm.
don't want you to add money to that. Instead, for instance, if you are handling animals in the sense, sometimes there is a chance of getting diseased for the people who are working with animals.
Right.
So we do need gloves and syringe and some disinfectants for our hand. That is a box there. We can still contribute, like you can buy that item from Amazon, and that would be redirected to their office. You just don't give money to them. So even we don't know how my money is used, still you can do buy one item and you can add it to there, so that the people will take use of that as well. Because
Okay.
when we work with animals, there is a risk we can get disease. That's a
Right.
thing. And also, we don't want you to buy pedigree and all, but still you can manage to buy some of the essentials for animals. That would be good. If you have time, you can visit the nearby, which is actually a veterinary hospital. They do have that center. They have animals uh, rescued from streets or somewhere, so you can go there and do things. People don't ask you, hey, who are you, why are you doing that, because they really need people. So if
Okay.
you have time, go there. That's how I want to add.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Kiruthika, like we have various topic to discuss, tech-wise as well as the social activity, but just because of the limited time, I would like to put up my last question, which is related to your mentor. Like you are inspiring many students with your work, but who is your mentor and how you like how they are influencing your life?
So thanks for this question, Sharmit. So I want to mention few people name who have been the reason for Kritika sitting here in Quebec and pursuing her masters, or even she's working in tech with the ML and doing this much of talk shows. I want to mention Efam Devraj. He's a founder of Cloudside. Literally, he sponsored my undergrad degree as he understood money is the only need I coming. For my growth. So he paid my UG fee, second year and third year fee. So it is a very big thing for me. So these are some persons. So they really don't want to take that pride of saying, hey, I mentored this, instead of adding a board in front of or giving a box, naming stickers and all. These guys do a lot of stars. I'm impacted by them,
Okay.
and they are my mentors who is responsible for all my growth today. I want to thank them because thanks is not a word that enough to serve them. Thanks, Sharmit, for this question.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kiruthika, for joining us in this episode. I hope you also enjoy the discussion and thank you for sharing your expertise with us.
Thank you so much, Sharmit. And I need to add one point here. I want to thank my family because they never added any boundaries for me to go travel things. And Arun, yeah, Arun, he's the guy. He completely supports me in all my growth, guides me in every steps because he's my one of the close friend. So I want to thank all my family and my family friend for helping me to achieve this much in the short time. And thank you so much for inviting me today. And I end this with that note. Thank you, Sumit. Meet you. See you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.